Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took one trade this morning on Lmfa. The reason why I was looking at it was because it was on the Webull top gainer pre-market list. I organized it by volume, and it was number 3. My criteria is that it must be in the top 3, it must be in my price range, and it must be a low float stock, or a lower float, I should say, not defined as a low float. So this one was an actual low float stock. I like anything less than 100 million shares. So let's look at the video. Actually, yeah, let's just go right to the trade video. So it had made this move up right before 8 o'clock and then went into consolidation. And that's really why I was looking at it. These were new highs for the session and new highs, higher than it had been trading the day before or anything like that. So it was looking pretty strong overall. So I like the idea that it made this run right before 8 o'clock because at 8 o'clock, a lot of volume is going to come in and either going to move the stock down or up for sure. You don't know which way it's going to go. So here I'm looking for an entry. This entry didn't really make any sense because, first of all, this candle here, the range was so low and this one was so small, there's not really any opportunity to make any money there because that's only a 1-cent move. So a 2-hour trade there would be 2 cents. So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever to take a trade there. But I was looking at this pattern right here, which is a reverse 3-bar play, right? Which that's a signal for people to come in and sell this thing. So what I was thinking was if this next candle opened up and it broke the high of this one, then that would be a failure of that reverse 3-bar play and would be a good time to get in. And then my stop loss would be the low of this candle here. Okay, so here's that candle. So I'm just waiting for it to break the high. The high of this was 307. As soon as I see 308 or better, I hit my buy button, my hotkeys. There's 307. There's 308. Then you can see I triggered my hotkeys. I got filled at 310, so I took a little slippage there. The low of this candle is 294, and I misentered the numbers here on my 2-hour calculator because I put in 294 for the stop, but that's the bottom of the candle. So my first order was at 342, and then I was in the green immediately on this thing, but then it did go down against me. So I ended up canceling that order just in case I had to jump out real quick. You see this thing flush down. And I started, getting ready to have to stop out because if you have that order out there and this thing flushes down, you can't stop out because you already have a sell order out. Okay, so now it's going back in my favor, and I put in the correct numbers here. So my strict 2-hour target is 344. My 1-hour loss is 293. So it pushes up pretty hard on that candle, and now it comes down. And the earlier me, or I guess the younger trader in me, would have gotten really scared there and probably started scaling out. But this is the plan, for now and from now on, definitely through February. I'm only going to be either taking my 1-hour stop or my 2-hour target. No in between. I don't care what happens between those two lines. So it went all the way to 340, which would have been a tempting area to let me pull this down and try to get out. It's very close to my target. And then it goes hard against me. And of course, it could turn around at any time and stop me out. I have no idea if this is actually going to hit my target or not, at this point. It just looks, like it definitely could, but sometimes you get stopped out by 1 cent. That's what this looks like it's going to do. It's at 343 right now. But again, it's not about one trade. It's about trading the plan and the strategy, always taking your 2-hour target or your 1-hour loss, and then over the entire month, that should pretty much guarantee you a green month if you do that every time. That's what my data is showing for the past 3 months, that if I would just do that every single time, I would always be green. And I've been green the last 2 months, and this month I'm slightly red, and I wasn't doing that 100%. So I have only myself to blame for that. Not my plan, not my strategy, not 2R trading. And then here we go. It hits 2R. So the trade did work out. And either way, it would have been a successful trade if it hit 2R or my 1R stop loss. But obviously, I prefer it to be green. So that was nice. And that's my last trade of the month. And the profit on that was, let's go here. So this, just to show you, this is today. Today is the 29th. 542 on that one trade. And I think that I had 16 shares at 310. 16 shares times 310 is $49.60 is what that trade cost me. And I made 542. So the total return on investment was 10.9% on that one trade. And I grew the account in that one trade by over 1%. So that's pretty nice for a trade that just took a few minutes. And, in a lot of ways was just an easy 2R trade. I'm not like trying to overanalyze the chart or scale out or anything like that, or add to the trade or average down or any of this fancy stuff. Just simple, hold till 2R or stop out at 1R. So that's the trade. And that's my last trade for the month. I still have, plenty of settled cash, but I'm just going to take that 2R trade and run, and then come back here on Monday in February with a new month. Watch my video that's coming out around 10 a.m. It's all about my February trading plan, which is going to be extremely strict, extremely well defined, very hard to break. And if I break it, I have to stop trading for the entire month, even if I break or bend one simple rule. So that should motivate me to just always do the right thing, not most of the time do the right thing. And we'll see what the overall result of that is. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Always take your stop losses. Always honor your profit targets. No in between. And then that'll guarantee that you're green. Take care.